Right. 23 August 2025. And today I'm so excited to be giving you the evening clarity update, where I want you guys to go to bed knowing what's important and what is not important. And today marks the last day of the M31 program. So the first phase of the M31 program ends today, as tomorrow I'm going to be announcing what is going to happen with our offer to Advocate Fadzai Mahere, who we have asked to become the candidate for M31 and also for the coalition of opposition parties in 2028. We need to start early, and I'll be updating you tomorrow on what is going to happen and through the discussions that my team in Harare have told me they've been having with her after we wrote her a letter. So I'll let you guys know tomorrow what is the way forward. So today I'm going to cover 3 or 4 topics as usual. And then tomorrow morning is one of the busiest news days on a Sunday. So let's start with the Tino Machakaire, a very well-known politician in Zimbabwe, who this week was linked to the murder of the late Mutangadura through various social media or WhatsApps that were circulating, alleging that he was involved in the murder due to a piece of land that he has bought right next to the deceased businessman who was shot dead on Sunday. So unknown people arrived and shot him dead, Mutangadura. And initially it was said that he was shot 7 times. However, through various witnesses, it has emerged that he was shot once, or there was 1 bullet wound on his chest. So it is now agreed that the shooting was 1 bullet on the chest, not the 7 bullets. And the 1 bullet shell was found on the scene. The gun was found outside the yard. The people took the car keys and left them on the next farm. And we've now seen the owner of the next farm talking, retired Brigadier General, speaking today at the funeral service. And it is clear that something is going to come up. The Zimbabwe intelligence have not yet arrested anybody regarding the murder. And as we speak right now, the family has called everyone back to the Mutangadura hideout to perform a ritual. So no one is allowed to leave the family home tonight. So everyone from the Mutangadura family is at home right now at Mutangadura hideout to perform the ritual, which is to summon the spirits to address in a traditional way, find the killer so that they can reveal themselves. So let's now go to what Tino Machakaire said today. Remember what I just said. The allegation was that Tino bought a farm or part of the farm and was involved. And this is circulating widely. Our news guys have reported on it. And he has now responded today in a video posted by Rory Studios. He has responded. And I want to show you a snippet of that video. So go check out this video later. But here's what he said.
Zvandinazvo zvizhinji ndakazvitwa naMutangadura, zvaainazvo zvizhinji ndakamuitira muzukuru wangu. Saka anoziya chokwadi ndiye akararapa. Kana paine vakabata bata vanobatwa pamuzukuru wangu, muzukuru tiratidze bosi ndo wakazviona. Vari kutaura vakanga vasipo, asi vari kuisa majarini, vari kuisa shuga, vari kuisa zvavari kuisa soda kana kuti sauti kuti zvivavirire, asi iye ndiye ari kuziya zvakaitika. Saka ndokumbira Mwari wekudenga chechi yose yeRoma iri.
Right. So you can go and watch that video. What he's saying basically is that 1, he was not involved. 2, they are going to summon the spirit to say who did it. And if anyone knew what happened or knows what happened, he has challenged them to not talk in the shadows, but to come out and say what happened. and in the face of everyone. They mustn't do it from the corners. So that is Tino Machakaire responding directly to the allegations that were made that himself and the ex-wife are involved in the murder. And this is widely reported. It's not just us who reported it. And normally, what I like about myself is I can say anything. I'm the only person in Zimbabwe who can say anything because Gambakwe media has certain advantages. It's been around for a very long time, and I know most of these people. Some of them, I even talked to them, if you didn't know. So let's see what happens after the ritual tonight. Normally in Zimbabwe, if you kill someone today and they do a ritual on you, that very week we will know you. You're going to come out by yourself. So let's see what happens on the Mutangadura matter. I've got no doubt that the culprits are going to reveal themselves or hand themselves over. I do not have a lot of confidence in the guys investigating the matter because they've got no artifacts. So like they've got no video. The place is full of people. No one knows what really happened. It's difficult to investigate this matter. Let's see what happens after the ritual tonight. It's going to be very interesting. And the father of the late Mutangadura, the remaining father, is said and called for that ritual to be performed tonight. So if you can watch all the videos, you will be able to see what I'm talking about. But I try to summarize everything for you. Now, let's quickly run through the news. I want to go through 2 news items. Then I'll go to the M31 program. So I want to start with the General Vice President Chiwenga. So Vice President Chiwenga is at Gujarat in India. So what I wanted to say is that the Indians, the Qataris, the people from UAE, you will never get anything from those people. They are not investors. So there's no country where they've ever invested. They're not known for investing. So it's a waste of time to go to India and look for investment. And today it became clear that Vice President Chiwenga is wasting his time with these guys. And I will never go to India myself for anything. Why? Because India is a third world country. It's got no money. So there's no money in India. You're wasting your time. Every time you go to India, you waste your time. You immediately realize as soon as you arrive in India that they can only sell you phones and fix it. It's a joke. So you will never get investment from India. And so when he arrived today, they spent all their time asking him, how do we get tenders? How do we provide this service and get paid? They want to get paid. They don't want to get to invest. The kind of investment we're looking in Zimbabwe is where someone brings capital and then we use the capital to develop something that will generate money. So for example, Sekuru Masuka today, he was showing off the wheat farms with Ada. So if someone comes here and invests in a farm and then they produce wheat and we sell it, that is an investment. If someone says, I want to sell you chemicals and then you pay me, that's not an investment, it's a transaction. We don't want transaction. The same thing with Barbara. Barbara was at Victoria Falls with the guys from Qatar. Those guys are not investors. They will never invest anything. They like transactions and they like to just go around and see what's happening. Zimbabwe needs a change of the infrastructure. So changing from an agricultural economy to a tourism-based economy. So that is the problem. And you never get anything. If you go to Indians, if you go to Qataris, if you go to UAE, you never get anything because they don't build a system. If you want to build a system, go to the Americans, go to other countries. In fact, very few countries are like the United States. When they invest in your country, you get a system. And so we have a serious problem. That is why you see South Africans are desperately looking to fix the relationship with the United States. They know what the Americans can do for you. Unlike all these other countries, which are easy to go to, they're easy to talk to, but they've got no plan. So India has got no national plan for investing. They don't have any plan. Like, it's a transaction. The government has got nothing to do with it. And they've got no rules. So countries with no rules, like China, they come to a country and they destroy water bodies. Look what they've done at Mazoe River. Look at what they've done in Zambia, in Kafue River. Zambians cannot drink water as we speak right now. The Americans have asked their people to leave certain parts of Zambia because the water is so dirty, it's been polluted. Similar to Zimbabwe, there are certain places where cyanide is seeping out of the ground because of the culture of investment of the Chinese. They just dump wherever they do their work, they dump, they don't clean up. What they're doing in Shurugwi is crazy. They are destroying everything. They will go into a mountain and they will crush it and remove the whole mountain. They don't care what it looks like afterwards. That is the nature of the investment. So when you look for investment for Zimbabwe, you don't just go anywhere and everywhere. So in fact, these two countries, India, UAE, and Qatar, those are the worst places for investment. I'll never even go there. If I'm asked to come and get $1 billion or 10 billion or 15 billion, I'll say, keep your billion. I don't want it because these guys are not investors. Our country needs a big change, and it is not cheap money. We don't want cheap money. We need structure. So a structure, Zimbabwe is going to do very, very well, and we're going to fix it. And then let's go to Tendai Ndoro. So the body of Tendai Ndoro has arrived today at Bulawayo. It was flown by Doves, Sororo Pumlani, and tomorrow we're going to be giving coverage of the burial. I'll ask the guys to check it out at Nketa. So there's going to be a thing happening over there, a burial. I don't know what is going to happen because most of the family is down in South Africa. We've also covered his family. This morning, you can go and check out on our TikTok. And this is very sad for the Ndoro family because the young man passed away. When I'm Johannesburg, his flat is a few blocks from my house. So it's very sad that he had to pass away the way he did. Alone. He died alone in a room, and his body was lying there for 2 days with no one knowing that he's died. So it is very sad. And we need to bring our people home. I always say this, we need to bring our people home. Then I want to take you through the M31 Zimbabwe program. As I said, today is the last day of our M31 Zimbabwe first month. We've done very, very well. And tomorrow, I'm going to be updating you on Advocate Fadzai Mahere. So much love for her. People love her a lot. And many people have joined what we're doing because they thought or they think she's going to be part of it. So tomorrow, I've got an interesting announcement to make because, as I said, our guys, on top of the letter we've written, I've sent them to engage with her and say, how do we proceed? And we've got an update, an important update on how we're going to proceed from tomorrow. The biggest problem we have in Zimbabwe is we currently have no opposition participation in politics. So after Nelson Chamisa left, the CC party of which he had was taken by Chabangu. They are no longer contesting election. The MDC which Chamisa left is no longer contesting elections. And all the other opposition parties, Maduku, all the other guys don't contest elections anymore. So ZANU-PF is winning elections without any contest. So they are winning elections and no one is challenging them. So if we leave it that way, in 2028, ZANU-PF is going to go into the election with no candidate. So we've decided to create a coalition, and then we'll have MPs, councillors, and senators, and the presidential candidate. We've already unveiled the manifesto of M31, which is homecoming. So we're going to bring back every single Zimbabwean by 2030. We're going to give them a free house. We're going to assist them to come home. We're going to build 160 new towns. We're going to build 1,000 new hotels. We're going to create a South Belt and a North Development Belt, connect Victoria Falls to Bedbridge, connect Zambia, Lusaka to Beira through the North Belt. So Zimbabwe will become a hub, and we're going to do a lot more things like pensions, for everybody, social services, and a military city or security city, which will house our military, our intelligence, our prison services, all the guys who are in security. We're going to put them in a town where they're going to have their families live there and give everyone a home. We're going to join the Rand monetary area. We've already said it. And this is just the things that are going to do besides becoming a tourism-based economy. What I'm talking about is a tourist-based economy. I'm going to be facilitating that process. And we are going to have the political side where our MPs, councillors, and senators and our presidential candidate are going to be in charge of implementing the program, while the secretariat is going to become a big part of our run, of how we run the party. We've approached Nelson Chamisa, wrote him a letter last week, and very soon I'm going to write another letter to Nelson Chamisa. I'm also going to arrange a meeting with him. I've been talking to people around Chamisa a lot, and we see how we can work together on this plan. Because remember, Nelson Chamisa doesn't have a party. He does not have a political party. And I believe that the efforts that we're doing must not conflict with what Nelson Chamisa is doing. So we're going to be playing a big part in what is happening. We are already late. Let me explain to you why we are late. If you remember in the last election, there was a man called Xavier Kasukuwere. Xavier Kasukuwere went to court after he was denied the opportunity to contest in the elections. And the court found that Kasukuwere had not been ordinarily resident in Zimbabwe for 18 months. So most of the things that we're doing now need to be done in time, not near the election. So we need to make sure that we're ready, our candidates are ready, and we have done enough to sell our manifesto. So we're going to be very busy. And Advocate Fadzai is so loved by people. It's shocking how many people call me and say they wanted to contest and to run. So this is why we went and approached her, because she's got so much of a following and because we want a female candidate. So a female candidate who is going to attract our female supporters all over the country. We're going to sell this feature that we have a female candidate, and Zimbabwe will do so well with a new young female. She's only 40 years old. 40 years old. She turned 40 last month. And guys, if we don't make it in 2028, we are done. We are finished. The country is gone. It will be sold. You don't even know how much Mnangagwa sold the country to the Qataris for. What was the deal? Where was it written? You know, those kind of things. We need to stop what these guys are doing. We need to do well as a country. And 2028 is the last opportunity. After that, it's done, it's finished. Okay, please go and look at the videos that we've done today. I talked to young Traore, and remember that we also talked to Sarwaka. Sarwaka, one of the youngsters, full of energy, and I like him very much. We need to get back to talking to him, so I'll give him a call tomorrow and we'll see if we can get an update. And then Nyoka Mabunu is currently in prison. I've talked to the lawyers last week. We're going to try to negotiate with Mnangagwa so that they can release him. So I can clearly say it here that without agreeing with Mnangagwa, there's no way that Nyoka is going to get out. Nyoka is not being charged with anything. He has never been charged in court. He has never faced a charge in court. It's always been a postponement. He has never been faced by a witness. There's never been a trial. And it's been over 100 days in South African jail. And I visited him myself and talked to him. So I would like to think I've covered everything. We've got all our cards on the table. I've got no principle. Myself, I've got no principle. I've got no one I report to. And I want to keep it that way. So I've never gone to someone in private and had a private discussion about anything, whether inside or outside of Zimbabwe. So we're going to do very well. And the plans that we have will convert our country into one of the best countries. And Mnangagwa is going to lose. Tagure is going to lose. And mdara wangu Chiwenga, if we go one-on-one in an election, our side and this side, we are going to have to take him into a coalition because what we have is much, much more solid. We've got a solid manifesto. ZANU-PF will never have a manifesto like the one we have. In fact, Zimbabwe will become a first world country, especially with the high-speed rail. The plans that we have for high-speed rail, for the military, for our diaspora, and for a tourist-based economy has never been had before. It's amazing what we're planning, and it's going to do very, very well. Let's now connect to our comments. Muka Ubikedoro, Gambakwe, Usarota, Mahere, Amuskumuziva, Mahere, Atisukumuziva. Watanganya yako yedzimba. Yes. Gambakwe, uchauya rini kuno timbotamba zvegorerese tichifidha baby. Chigananda, Gambakwe zidzoro. Yes, akabroka. Gambakwe akabroka. I think it's linked to Van Vezanu. Yes, Asa, you have said it. It's linked to Van Vezanu. Obvious. You're right. Okay, I would like to thank all of you for watching. It's been amazing. And let's do well. Young people, don't forget the dream I had about President Obama last night. Where we are going, there will be no Mnangagwa, there will be no Mohadi, there will be no Auxilia. In the next 5 years, most of those guys won't be able to walk because of old age. The war veterans will be gone. We need to take our country back and make it a success. And I don't want us to have people in South Africa, people in UK, Australia, all those countries. We want you to come home and we want you to do well when you come back. So let's make it happen. And it's also up to you. Don't always delegate to other people. What has Chamisa done? What has Mahere done? What has Gambakwe done? What has BT done? What has Scala done? What has Kota done? What about you? What have you done? So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you again in the morning at 5 a.m. as we give you the breaking news. And a good night to you all.